Alright, welcome back to Dream Drive. So, at the moment, I am basically using the cutout tool to sculpt some custom weapons for the vehicle. So, right now, I'm basically cutting out the top scoop parts of the hood. So they're basically going to pop out like upwards. And I was thinking of basically making these into the machine guns or something like that. So when you are using the cutout tool, I did notice that sometimes it's kind of hard to, you know, get your object to stretch unless you actually go past the sculpture itself. So basically, like zooming in enough to where your camera goes through the sculpture to where you can see it. If you're cutting something out that's inside and you're trying to stretch it. So just a little tip and trick for you. And I think that looks pretty good. So after you visualize it, I usually hold R1, use your camera to go all around, make sure it's good, and just tap X when you're done. Hold L1 to pan over. And this is only because I have to do this all manually. Because as I created the vehicle in the first place, like I always do, I always forget to keep the mirror alignment in mind. So the alignment for the mirror is going across the car from door to door as opposed from hood to trunk. So I have to do everything manually, but that's all right. I don't mind. So that looks to be pretty perfect. You know, nothing has to be exactly perfect, but that's what the mirror's for. So let's go ahead and slide these things up. About 2 times should be fine. Yeah, that looks good. So when you activate your machine guns, these will pop up out of the hood. And of course, we're going to need a chamber for the bullet to travel from. So let's go ahead and add that real quick. And down here, excuse me, I actually added I don't know, like a flamethrower type of get down on the front of the hood. So I'll show you that in just a second. But for now, so you want to make sure you're not in the cutout tool and just in your regular stamp or smear. And that seems to be just the perfect length. Cool. But there's a hole in the bottom, so let's make it smaller. There we go. All right, so that seems like it'll shoot right over the light, give or take. Yeah, it should. Okay. So let's go ahead and would it look better up here? Nah, let's keep it down here. So that way it's concealed whenever they go back inside or when the machine guns go down, basically. So Drag it over, do the same thing by scoping in, and bam. All right, that looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and show you this flamethrower thing in the front. But I'm gonna go ahead and put it back down for now. But that's basically gonna pop up and you're gonna be able to shoot like fire out the front. There's like 4 chambers in the front of that. And then these up here, of course, the machine guns. And let's go ahead and group these actually, so that way they can pop up together. But you gotta scope in. Okay, there we go. So let's group those so that way they pop up together, and then let's go ahead and close this flamethrower on the hood. But like I said, positioning is important, especially where you grab it from, because yeah, see, I couldn't grab it all the way from the back to flip it, so now I gotta try to adjust it to where it should have been. But that's all right. If you do run into this issue, you can just increase your grid size and just go ahead and move it over the extra notches until it looks aligned. And that seems to be all right. Is it a bit raised? Seems like it's a small gap right there. So if we pull that over, okay. So you can increase the grid size even more because that was too much of an adjustment. There we go. Oh, see, now the bottom is, okay, so it's too far in, so let's pull it back out and down a bit. There we go. That looks good. Not really. Readjust it. There we go. All right. I think we're gonna add some rockets or something inside of here that are gonna shoot out. Definitely got to do that. Where else can we add some weapons at? Maybe something coming out the side right here, or perhaps probably in this little side part. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. I'm thinking maybe something that should come out, maybe flip down or something, as opposed to just slide out. Kind of like the hood, how it pops up. But with this, I'm actually gonna make it like flip down or something and make like some, I don't know, maybe some mini rockets or something shoot out the sides of the car. Sounds pretty cool. All right, let's find the perfect angle to cut this out at. It's too much of a pyramid. Let's bring it in a little bit more. How about, nah, it's not really gonna flip down too well. So you have to come in. There we go. It's kind of hard to see the shape of the car, but pretty sure that has something to do with the settings. But yeah, I can see it for the most part. So we're gonna make this work. All right. Like I said, you gotta get inside the sculpture in order to adjust it if you're trying to grab that wall. So let's bring it to about right here, and because we don't want it to basically cut the inside of the car out, just the outside. So Let's go ahead. Yep, that looks about even. All right. Still inside. Yep. All right, cool. So let's give this a go. Slide it over to the other side. And looks about even. All right, cool. Bam. Oh, wait. Oh, see, I cut out the inside of the car. Yep, only on that side too. So, gotta go back and readjust it. So, move it over one more to the inside now. And see, sometimes this is all you gotta do. Just, just kind of look at it, like I said, from all angles. Make sure everything looks aligned and stuff. And yeah, I think that's it. It's clearly inside of the frame now, so cool. Let's try this. Yep. All right. And perfect. Yep. It's no longer cutting the inside of the frame, and you see it on the outside. Cool. So let's go ahead and turn on the grid again and slide these bad boys out of here. Oh, wait. Don't forget to scope in. Yeah. Actually, that looks pretty cool like that. It's kind of like it's like some little pop out rockets instead of the flip down ones. Yeah, I think I like that actually. Maybe pull it out one more, two more. Yeah, one more. That actually looks pretty good. All right, let's pull the other one out. Yep. Yeah, and that's gonna have the rockets, the little mini rockets. Make sure that it's aligned with the car. See how far over the edge it actually hangs over, and it actually looks like it's just flush with it. Cool. So yeah, let's go ahead and add a little chamber for these rockets to pop out from. All right, so of course these are gonna have to be kind of little, but I want to make them big enough to where you can still see them. So stretch this out and what if it had like a little tiny half hole in the back? Nah, let's keep it traditional. All right, that looks good right there. And right there. Oh, that one got a hole in it. So let's undo, make it smaller. Let's try that. I still see a small dimple in the back. Let's make it a bit smaller and yep, perfect. All right. So now I think that Looks pretty good.